那么接下来呢，我们要再继续的来进行我们的这个论坛。那么这一次论坛呢，我们也特别邀请到了6位语坛人到台上来，和一同来大家分享。那么这个论坛的主题就是 Blockchain Use Cases for Enterprises, Token or Coin. Now, if I read your name, please proceed on to the stage. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Joyce Yin, our moderator for this panel discussion, Global Coin Research Founder. Hello, Joyce. Now let us welcome Kento Numasawa, Aerial Partners CEO. Let us also welcome Wenjie, Renren Mine and BHP founder. Daphne In, Jupiter Chain co-founder. Let us also welcome Andy Bromberg, CoinList co-founder and president. And last but not least, let us welcome Jack Lee, HCM founding managing partner. The topic for this panel discussion is blockchain use cases for enterprises, token or coin. And now we're all settled. I'm going to pass it on to our moderator, Joyce.
All right, let's give it a round of applause, guys. I know it's Tuesday afternoon. I'm very jet-lagged myself, coming from New York City, and we have great panelists of guests coming from all over the world. My name is Joyce Yang. I'm the founder of Global Coin Research. We're a research platform focusing on Asia cryptocurrency and blockchain. Our readers include folks like Laura Shin, Vital Computer, and folks who really want to understand Asia, but are usually based out of San Francisco or the Western Hemisphere. And I'm the panelist, the moderator, not a panelist today, unfortunately. Just kidding. But I would love to start introducing our panelists today because we have a really great list of guests here. So Jack, why don't you start off and introduce yourself?
Sure. English?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Jack Lee. My Chinese name, Renjie, especially because I'm from Taiwan. So it's my honor. First time in Taiwan, talk about blockchain. So yeah, I'm very happy. And then, by the way, I'm the founding managing partner of HCM Capital. HCM actually is a sponsor. It's founded by I believe the largest Taiwan corporation, Foxconn Honghai. Yeah, so I've been a Honghai employee for more than a decade and doing investment, but recent 5 years, I start doing the venture investment business. So HCM is the company I founded a few years ago, and then in recent 3 years, I believe we start investing in blockchain. So we've been investing in blockchain and recently get started investing in token. So I mean, I'm a true believer for this kind of decentralized world to be. Yeah, so I'm keep investing and then keep building this future. I believe that will be a more inclusive digital economy to come.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, now we have Andy from CoinList.
Hey everyone, my name's Andy Bromberg. I'm the co-founder and president of CoinList. CoinList is the platform where the best digital asset companies manage their token sales. I've worked with a lot of projects, Filecoin, Blockstack, Algorand, Origin Protocol, who you heard from earlier, and helped them run really successful token sales. As of today, more than $500 million has gone through our platform en route to the amazing token projects we've supported. We also help with a number of other things like hackathons and airdrops and secondary liquidity. But really focused on making token sales successful and helping the top token projects launch.
Please.
Okay, everyone. I'm Kento Numasawa, founder and CEO of Aerial Partners in Japan. And thank you so much for giving me a special chance to talk on great stage today. And I'm sorry that I talk in Japanese today.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. エアリアルパートナーズは、主に日本のマーケットで、暗号資産の、税務会計の、ソリューションを提供しているチームです。
我们公司不好意思，我是翻译哈。我们公司是专门提供作为加密货币用来如何缴交税务以及会計的一个自動結算系統。
我々のクライアントは、認可された、取引所、だけでなくて、クリプトファンドであったりですとか、DAPS を提供している事業者、それから、一般の個人投資家、そして、会計士、税理士、CPA ですね、多岐にわたります。
我们服务的对象跟企业呢，不只是合法有执照的交易所之外，包括会计师事务所，还有一些crypto fund 啊，一些加密货币的基金，还有专业投资人，都是我们服务的对象之一。
我々の提供しているガーディアンという、ソリューションは、日本で、最も使われている、税務のサービスなんですけれども、この後話をさせていただくように、日本では非常にタックスのレギュレーションが厳しいものになっていまして、ブロックチェーンのエンタープライズアダプションのために、税務会計の、インフラを提供しているチームになります。
我们的公司的那个 tour 叫 Gradient， 等一下我会详细介绍。大家知道日本已经目前合法，是可以有交易所可以执行，就是买卖加密货币。所以针对税务这一块呢，其实日本政府也非常早就提供这样的一个监管跟服务。谢谢。
Please go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Daphne. I'm the co-founder of Jupiter Chain, which is a data privacy and consented sharing platform. One of our use case, which I'll share more later on, is a genomics client. Our main company, JetTrade, we are an enterprise blockchain advisory and development house based in Singapore, serving mainly ASEAN projects. In Singapore, I also am the Secretary General of SS Cryptocurrency and Blockchain Association, as well as Exco of Singapore FinTech Association. Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Roger Wu. I'm the founder of Renren. Renren is one of Bitcoin hash power retail platform, maybe the largest in the world. And we have more than 3% Bitcoin's network hash rate. And we have 15,000 miners around the world. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone, for such a great introduction. We have folks coming from all over the world, as you can imagine, obviously with expertise in many different regions as well. So I'd love to get your thoughts, starting with Jack, of course, on what you're seeing in terms of enterprise adoption in your space. And everyone's coming from different businesses, so I'd love to just everyone to highlight whatever they're seeing.
Okay, I think this is. Let me separate into two industries, especially in this region, which I've been experienced more. One is for the traditional industry, even for example like manufacturing or even like Fastco. I think it's still early stage for enterprise, for large enterprise. Now that of course, no need to say for small enterprise, but even for large enterprise, they know the blockchain is important. However, because first of all, the blockchain, it have to be all the data should be online first, right? If those data is not online, is in the centralized or in a different way of a data arrangement, and it's hard to make it on blockchain. So that's the most difficult part for the traditional enterprise. Even though we know there's many enterprise now is care about blockchain and want to try on blockchain, but this is the most difficult part too, because you gotta get all those data online first, right? Then let's talk about the other kind of company like internet, like Alibaba, like Tencent. Of course, there's a lot of initiative in their organization, but I don't know whether this is fit into what you call the enterprise. But I just want to mention a few words because they have quite a few blockchain initiatives. However, because given the fundamental business model of the traditional, I would say the internet of information, those companies, they are centralized. It's kind of a contradictory to have the centralized business model want to embrace the decentralized. Okay, so this is some observation I found. And talk about the other is that also, I mean, financial institution. Recently, I found out, even in Taiwan, I recently have some meeting with some Taiwan large bank and insurance company. I see there's more and more this kind of adoption into the blockchain. And of course, still, I mean, the banks still, or insurance companies still, they are the centralized financial intermediary. However, at least, I mean, for blockchain, at least it's kind of really getting more and more important for them, and then really have some working force, either from IT department or from this kind of innovation product department. Indeed, they are really working on something for that. And also, even for some good product, good solution. For example, I introduced from US, from Silicon Valley, or from New York. I think indeed they are interested to try. So I at least I find that's a good trend. You know, so I believe maybe financial service industry will adopt the blockchain faster, especially in Asia.
That's really interesting, Andy.
Yeah, I agree 100% with everything Jack said there. I think there was a real narrative in 2014 or 2015 that enterprise blockchain was going to very quickly take over a whole bunch of industries, like Jack was saying, supply chain management and manufacturing and some of these big old industries that were having issues with data. And it hasn't happened yet. It's now 5 years after kind of that first wave of 2014 enterprise blockchain narrative, and it hasn't happened. And I think it hasn't happened for two reasons. First of all, like Jack was saying, the enterprises themselves are not ready for that to happen. Their data isn't online. They're not prepared for to have all of their data on these blockchain systems to be managed that way. But secondarily, I also think the blockchain systems themselves are not ready. And we're still in this early stage of the industry building infrastructure for these systems to be efficient and functional and reliable. And so those systems aren't there either. And so I think this real kind of core enterprise blockchain adoption has not happened yet, because neither those enterprises nor the blockchains themselves are prepared for that to happen. Where I do think we've seen what you could call enterprise blockchain adoption is within the financial sector. And financial firms seeing blockchain and tokens as just another class of assets that they can get involved in, they can trade, that they can think about custodying, that they can think about providing services for. That has happened. But at the same time, I don't think that kind of financialization of the crypto markets fits neatly into that original enterprise blockchain narrative. And I think it's going to take a little while before we start to see that narrative of, again, enhancing manufacturing industries, supply chain industries, those sorts of use cases take effect. I think it's going to be a number of years before we really see that.
Great. Kento.
今の話、少しそれてしまう部分はあるんですけれども、日本のマーケットの話と紹介させていただきますと、そのエンタープライズの現場でのアダプションを考えたときに、避けて通れないのがレギュレーションの強化というところです。
跟刚才的大家两位讲的内容可能有一点不太一样的地方是，日本因为在加密货币的很多的使用上都已经是监管非常严格，特别是如果企业要采用这样的一个技术的话，监管势必会介入。
グローバルの流れと同じくして、日本でも金融の領域を中心にレギュレーションは非常に厳しくなっておりまして、大きなトラディショナルな会社以外にも、スタートアップに関しても金融機関並みのそのレギュレーションを意識した事業開発アダプションが求められるというところが非常に難しくなっています。
其实不管是传统的企业或是新创的公司的话，只要您用到区块链的技术，企业想要采用它的话，大小势必是金融厅都要介入监管的。
でまたですね、グローバルの観点ではあまり議論がされることが少ないんですけれども、日本のマーケットにおいてはそのアカウンティングとかタックスのレギュレーションの問題というのも、ブロックチェーンカンパニーにとっては、一つの大きなハードルになっています。
其实对很多区块链的公司，只要政府监管，不管在会计或是税务上，都是一个很高的门槛。
ブロックチェーン上でその行われる 大量のトランザクションに対して、日本のレギュレーションの中では非常に厳しいその損益の計算であったりとか、伝票の記表であったりとかっていったところが、特にそのエンタープライズの現場においては求められるので、そういったところの対応を、ブロックチェーンベンチャーであってもトラディショナルな大きな会社であっても、対応していかなければならないというのが、今後の課題です。
特别是区块链是一个比较新的行业，所以针对即使是技术非常先进的话，您在会计的记账方面、发票方面、税务方面，政府都是非常关注的。所以这个是一个不得不去面对的一个课题，也是再来的趋势。
ですので、そういった煩雑な処理に関して、ブロックチェーン上の取引で、オンチェーンの取引でも、オフチェーンの取引であっても、自動で対応することっていうインフラが必要だというふうに思っておりまして、我々はそういったソリューションを日本のマーケットで提供しています。
其实不管是很大的一个transaction 就是交易，或者是说小额的一个上链的部分，我们都提供自动化，可以有记录的方面，包括未来的会计以及税务的应对，我们公司就是提供这样的一个解决方案。谢谢。
Great, thanks. Daphne, please.
Yeah, I mean, on the topic of enterprise blockchain adoption, I'm happy to speak in the context of Singapore and our surrounding regions. Singapore being a financial hub and with our recent months on Smart Nation initiatives, there are a lot of technology applications surrounding new technologies or what we call emerging technologies, including blockchain, AI, machine learning. So there are definitely positive ambitions, at the government levels in terms of supporting such innovation labs. There are a couple of blockchain accelerators in Singapore, as well working with the big boys, the MNCs and large corps, in terms of applying, use cases with practical problem statements, for the incubatees to actually try on. In the surrounding regions, it's also interesting to see how different corporations are actually working together to actually form a consortium in terms of propelling the adoption or the awareness of having such technology being able to actually scale if really deployed operationally. So I think we're on the right trajectory. So this is quite in line with recent reports on how enterprise blockchain is expected to hit like a 9.7 billion kind of market in the next 5 years, and how trust is actually the cornerstone of why we would actually apply blockchain in governments, MNCs, and businesses.
Great, thank you. 吴总。
我用中文说一下吧。刚才几位嘉宾我觉得都说得非常好，然后我这里呢补充2点。第一个，我认为区块链到今天，其实我们正关心的是用户得到什么利益。也就是说，用户根本不关心到底是去中心化还是中心化，他也不关心你是用了什么如何先进的技术，他只关心的是我能够从这个技术上得到什么好处。比如说，大家都喜欢比特币，为什么？比特币非常赚钱。好，这是第一个观点。第二个我要补充的是，现在的区块链，在行业里面大家都忙着去做各种应用，但是请注意一点，区块链的底层的金融基础设施其实是不完备的。我们传统的商业，大家知道有银行账户、有 AML、有各种保护企业的手法和专业的机构，而在区块链世界里面，我们如果不管是用 Tron 还是用 Bitcoin 还是用其他的货币来进行转账，大家发现它是没法用于商业场景的。所以说，包括上周 Facebook 发了 Library， 很简单，它在做什么？在做区块链的底层金融，也就是说，给所有未来的区块链企业甚至传统企业提供最底层的金融服务。所以我个人认为，现在这个时候，不管是我们从业者，还是在区块链的这些创业者，还是区块链的公司，我们应该紧盯着钱在哪里，用户的需求在哪里，甚至大家更应该的去考虑到，不完全是技术，而是想到怎么合规，怎么去能够去兼容进入现在这个世界。
好棒，就是大家之前其实都是了解了一下，就是他们在本地，就是新加坡或者日本，他们现在监管的看法。然后其实我觉得，就是吴总的话，你可不可以谈一谈，就是中国的现在就是企业的区块链的采用，对吧？
中国的企业呢我有很多的朋友们的公司，都在做专门的区块链技术，但是比较遗憾的是呢，都不太有钱。 中国有钱的公司都是离区块链金融比较近的，这是第一点。第二呢，中国我认为对区块链还是比较的监管，我觉得当局还是非常的支持的。比如说像我是挖矿的，像中国我觉得对矿业、对比特币，包括对区块链技术还是鼓励的。但是呢，中国对交易所还有对更多的那个区块链的底层的金融的这种突破，或者说是监管上面呢，这个目前确实还在探索中。所以我们包括我们自己的业务呢，也都是放在海外，对，包括我们现在包括我们自己做这个类似于比特币的 Libra 或者比特币的支付网络，这些我们都是把它放在香港或者新加坡，对。
好棒，好，Okay, so the next question that I have following up to actually was some of the things that Jack mentioned was that will enterprise adoption be led by startups that comes out of the cryptocurrency ecosystem or the existing enterprises? My question stems from thinking that, we see a lot of large folks like Microsoft, as well as, Facebook, for example, coming into the ecosystem, but, do they actually have an advantage over the startups that really have grown out of natively outside of the ecosystem, inside from the current blockchain ecosystem? Sorry. Does that make sense?
Okay. Sorry, maybe I have some more dramatic comment on this. For the incumbent large enterprise, now that we hear about more and more use blockchain, how to enhance the efficiency or whatever, right? Or the process. However, if this blockchain is being used in a centralized system, in a closing-end system, indeed, it's just like a kind of a improvement of your IT system, But I think the true meaning of a blockchain, or even we can even expand to like what we call the token economy, indeed, it should be it's not a company, it's not an enterprise concept. To the extreme, it's a community concept. Why I'm commenting on this is I think you know my answer. You know what I mean? That for enterprise, you do those blockchain is it's like the kind of some kind of enhancement on your IT system, on your this kind of efficiency improvement. But that's not the true meaning of blockchain. Let's talk about that before Libra, before Facebook. This case, okay, this is definitely is a different. This is my comment on those blockchain. And then, so for startup, of course, startup there's many. I think there's thousands of startup doing the blockchain initiative since about 4 years ago or even 5 years ago. Okay, but I believe so far 95% of those startups is hard to reach some kind of scale up their business. Why? Because it's hard to get the use case. Of course, we are not mentioning about those small gaming or the crypto collectible, that kind of thing, that kind of small application. But I'm talking about to really impact on human beings' life because they are lack of the use case. Okay. And actually, I like to mention, because you mentioned, because of course I most admire one of my recent investment, and is a startup. But however, this startup is a serious successful entrepreneur. They can create their own use case. For example, that company is a San Francisco-based company, and then has been successfully run an online lending platform before. I think he made one of the largest online lending platform in the last 5 years, and then he started doing this startup again. However, the difference is that he created another online lending product which is quite inefficiency in the existing financial banking market, and so he created another blockchain and to get those, because for him, it's so easy to get 1,000 loan or even 5,000 loan based on his experience. So he used that first company to build to get the loan, and then have those loan to be used on a new blockchain platform. The company created another public blockchain system. And then, so there's a more and more use case. And then, of course, what I know is that that company every month is a record high. So that's the most impressive blockchain use case that I've been seeing from a startup. I mean, in terms of, I'm not talking about the market price. I'm talking about the real use case, the user adoption. So that's my answer. Enterprise, I think is hard, and just like Uber or Tesla doesn't come from General Motors or from Toyota. I think you know my answer, right? And then for startup, because it's difficult for an entrepreneur to get those use cases, unless there's something special with the reader experience, can also perfectly combine with the good use case. I mean, from brand new platform system, and then to bring in, just like a thing about Uber. I like to use Uber, right? But when internet and mobile internet come out, right, it create everything from scratch. So that's more possible, and that's my answer.
That's great, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Jack again on a lot of that. I do think part of this comes down to a question of definitions. So if we rewound the clock back to the 1990s and talked about retail and selling items, we could ask this question, maybe the same panel happened in 1992 or something like that, talking about the internet instead of blockchain. And you could have asked the question, will enterprise existing retailers or new startups benefit more from the impact of the internet on retail? And that would have been an interesting question back then. But I think what would have been missing there is the separation of kind of the true use of the internet in the same way that Jack was talking about the true use of the blockchain. And you would talk about how in the 90s, existing big retailers, so Walmart, for example, would start to use the internet, but they'd really just use the internet to manage their own internal inventory. And all of a sudden, they'd be using it to make sure that they had the right items in the right locations, and they were shipping things efficiently, and they were using the internet to manage their own inventory. But they weren't selling on the internet. And then you had something like Amazon pop up that said, well, we're going to use the internet, and we're actually going to do the whole transaction on the internet. We don't even need storefronts anymore. We don't need buildings with an Amazon store in it. We're just going to sell things over the internet. And both of those, Walmart managing its inventory using kind of internal intranet or internet, and Amazon selling things on the internet, those are both, in some sense, uses of the internet. But from my perspective, the true winner of using the internet is the person who uses it in the most native way, which is Amazon going and selling items across the internet, using the internet for the whole transaction. And Walmart, while they may have derived some value out of using the internet to manage their own inventory, they weren't the big winners out of that trend. And so in the same way, I would look at what's happening with blockchain right now and say, absolutely, some enterprises will use blockchain technology to, as Jack was saying, improve their own IT infrastructure. They will see gains as a result of blockchain technology, but they will not be the big winners off of this. The big winners will be these new networks, not companies, but networks that are created natively to enable a certain type of transaction or efficiency gain or end result from blockchain technology, not using it within an existing IT context. And so will both be successful? Absolutely. I think we will see enterprises with their own internal blockchain systems that seem to see some value from it. I think we'll see massive new enterprises start. But I think the biggest winners will be these native blockchain networks that are not owned by any single startup, not owned by any single company, but are the most native and truest expression of what this technology can do.
Great, Kento.
今歴史は繰り返すというか、インターネットの歴史の話少し触れられてましたけれども、その大企業とスタートアップのイノベーションの起こし方について、僕のポイントはその制約の大きさの違いだと思っています。
刚才大家有回顾，就是各位讲者有回顾一下 Internet 的一些历史，但是如果来看区块链的整个创新呢，用我的观点跟大家分享一下。
大企業にとってはエンタープライズアダプションする現場において、もともと提供しているそのビジネスであったりとか、インフレであったりとか、そういったところを活用して、よりインパクトの大きいそのプロジェクトを実施できる一方で、先ほど述べたように、厳しいレギュレーションにさらされていたりとか、そういった制約があります。
其实大企业的话，他们服务的内容， 越大的时候，影响力越大的时候呢，其实受政府的牵制也是越多的。
日本でも、まだ社名は出せないんですけれども、STO の領域であったりだとか、あとは、IP ですね、著作権周りの管理に関して、業界の最大手のプレイヤーがブロックチェーンの、アダプションに取り組んでいるわけなんですけれども、同時に、特にゲームの領域等において、もう全く新しいスタートアップが、ダブルジャンプ社が提供している My Crypto Heroes という、ゲームタイトルで、イーサリアムのトランザクションで、世界最大級のトランザクションを持っていたりとか、全く別の角度で、イノベーションが行われているわけです。
其实目前我不太方便公布这家日本非常大的企业的名字啊，但是事实上他们除了音乐的一些版权，然后一些 IP 的版权，包括目前因为电影、游戏用区块链来开发的一些内容，其实都用在区块链的方面是非常多元的。
で、一つだけそのインターネットのイノベーションとの違いがあると個人的には思ってまして、それはそのブロックチェーン上で処理されるそのクリプトアセットがその金融的な資産価値を持っていることが多いことです。
其实跟刚才那个网络就 Internet 的革命呢，其实是同等，就是把金融的一些资产用在区块链上的一些记账等，是目前这家大企业应用在一般的等于是大企业的采用上用的非常广的。
要はその Web2 以前のインターネットの時代、価値の交換媒体がその法定通貨だった時には、法定通貨がその処理された時にだけ、何がしかの、規制に従っていればよかったんですけれども、そのブロックチェーンを使った技術というのは、価値の交換媒体が全てクリプトなので、非常に厳しいルールが乗っかってこういうことになります。でこれがブロックチェーンベンチャーにとってスタートアップにとって非常に大きなハードルになっているというのが現状だと思っています。
因为以前 Web 2.0的时候，只要是法币的结算，只要遵从既有的法令去遵从就可以了。但是您